All right, the 4 emotions to make an amazing first impression in any situation. That is what we're talking about today in this video. So obviously, first impressions are hugely important. Doesn't matter how smart you are, how nice you are, or how interesting you are when people really get to know you. If you can't captivate their attention in those first few minutes, you're probably not going to get a chance to show that to anyone anyway. So today, we're going to be talking about those 4 emotions that basically guarantee you're going to make an amazing first impression on anyone that you meet, so long as you make them feel these emotions and in this order. That order is incredibly important. It's actually one of the things that people most often screw up pretty badly. So let's just jump into it now. The first emotion you're going to create is fun. People forget this, but it's so true. If somebody walks away from you, having smiled, having laughed, having had their day brightened, that entire scenario is going to be in their head with kind of an aura in their memory. And that memory with that aura is going to include everybody in it, especially you, if you're the one that made them smile and laugh. So creating fun before anything else is important. It humanizes you. It leaves them feeling positively about you, and that alone goes a long way. The second thing that people, again, often forget is trust. You can be really funny. You can get a ton of respect, and people can actually like you. But if they can't trust you, and this typically comes through in subtle body language tics that we talk about in Charisma University, but if people can't trust your motives, it's kind of like that way that you feel when you're talking to a used car salesman. And it's, I like this guy, he knows what he's talking about, but I don't know. And that can oftentimes be the difference between a great first impression and a blown one, whether or not you've created trust between you and that other person. So that's number 2. The third emotion that you want to create is respect. And this is typically where people start. They want to create respect by telling you about that really interesting job they have. They give you the business card or something that they're good at. And the truth is, can those things create respect? Yes, of course. But if you put them first, it can come off as bragging or as you are trying too hard to make that person like you. And that's why you want to create the fun and the trust first. In addition, there's more subtle ways to create respect in an interaction that don't require you to be the CEO of a cool company. In fact, you can be the low man on the totem pole status-wise and create CEO level respect by focusing on social skills rather than status. So that's what we're doing third. Now, you've done that, the person's going to be extremely interested in you, and you'll notice a shift in them. So when you ask them a question, they'll probably try a little bit harder to answer in an interesting way. Or when they ask you something, they're going to be more engaged in listening to your answer. So once you have that, you'll know you've done the first 3 right, and the 4th thing that you want to do is going to be to flip it on them. Now you show interest in them. Most people do the opposite, and they show interest right away, and that's totally fine, right? It's nice, but especially with your bosses, potential mentors, somebody that you're very attracted to, that's not going to work. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but if you do it before building fun, trust, and respect, you're not going to get what you want. Like, imagine the most attractive guy or girl, a CEO, somebody at a networking event with high status. You are just showing with a lot of interest that you're not different from anybody else. You don't distinguish yourself, and everyone is doing the same exact thing. But create those first 3 emotions first, fun, trust, and respect, and all of a sudden, you're in a category all your own. And when you do show that you're interested in them, they're going to really want to connect with you. And that is how you make an amazing first impression. So now we have the 4 emotions to make an amazing first impression and their order of importance. And this will work across the world in any cultures. It's emotions after all. But you might be wondering, okay, how do I actually do this specifically? Like, what are the concrete examples of ways to start conversations so that it's fun? Or how do I tell my story so that it creates respect? And what if my story doesn't seem like it's that special or interesting? So if you want to dive deeper into these examples and truly master first impressions for yourself so that you can walk into any room feeling relaxed, feeling confident, feeling playful, and with that magnetic presence, I want to help you make that happen today. And for that, we have a special invitation, and that's for just $27. You can get access to our first impressions program called Amazing First Impressions, and it's from Charisma University. That's 70% off what it typically would cost. And the reason is that it's 1/6 of the $600 Charisma University course, just as a welcome gift to you. And to make it an even sweeter deal, it comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked. If you don't absolutely love it, just email me and I will refund you. I do not want people in the course that aren't getting value out of it. So it doesn't get much easier than that if this is something you care about. It's going to teach you everything from how to start a conversation on the right foot, how to craft an amazing first impression story so that when people ask you the gimmies like, what do you do? Where are you from? You, with your story, knock it out of the park, and you know that they're going to be captivated and excited to see you again. So if you want that, click the button below, drop in your info, and join us inside the members area. I'm active in the comments all the time, and I look forward to seeing you there.